Alright, BobalosRex here, and it's been a week. Now, I had my day one impressions, but this is kind of like my full review. But I'm gonna call it my full first impressions of the WoW, the War Within, WoW, the War Within first impressions. So let's get to it. I'm calling this the most alt and main friendly expansion. I called Dragonflight the most alt friendly expansion, and this is topped it. It's topped it completely, and it helps mains. But let's get into it. My favorite feature so far has been Warbands. Warbands has been amazing. You know, it was added beforehand, but I don't think we really got to experience how good the warband system is until now, doing the new reps, doing the new quests and everything. So let's talk about it. Renown. How is Renown? Account-wide rep. It's amazing. You get unlocks on one tune, it counts across the board. I can buy gear. I can buy transmog on whoever. I can get the profession recipes on whoever. I feel like I'm leveling up my account when I get rep now. And you can do world quests on whoever and get the renown. You do these quests on this tune, do those on another, you're good. Alright? Now, I do hate when there are some unlocks locked behind quests that other tunes have to do. There's some stuff like that going on. And random profession quests, but that's neither here nor there. Renown. Account-wide. You roll up to a vendor when you've unlocked all the, like, crest stuff on an alt. Fresh 80. Boom, you get a ton of crests. A ton of stones. Valor stones. And some gear. You're ready to go. It's so good. Speaking of that currency, you may be like, well, that rep gear costs a currency. Well, you know what? When you do questing on alts, you get extra resonance crystals if you repeat quests. So I can now just funnel crystals all around. Look at all these resonance crystals I got just by doing stuff on all my different tunes. And then I can send them to who needs them first, who needs them now, who needs them later. Look at that. It's freaking great. It flows so well in the new zones. So you can funnel them to your main, or you can funnel them to an alt to gear them. Achievements. Like the adventurer. I'm killing these on my account. I'm doing them as I go. With quests, I'm doing Hollow Fall. I did Hollow Fall in my Paladin, got most of it. There's some high level ones, like what I was just talking about. Ringing Depths I've been doing on my Warlock as I level them up. My next tune is going to do Ashkahed and finish this up for me. Account wide. It's the new age. Alright? World quests. You can do world quests on multiple tunes, you know? Or you can just do one. And here's the kicker for me, right? So I do a race on one tune, get the reward. I do it on bronze. Account wide, baby. I do the next tune, gold. Next tune, reverse. Got that done. And I got the quest done. It's a double whammy. You can double up on anything. Alright? Let's talk about delves. But warbands, amazing. 11 out of 10, it's the new age. It's the new age of WoW. It's amazing. So let's talk about delves, though. Now, I'm sad I can't really do bountiful delves because we gotta wait on keys. So that's the biggest hiccup about delves. But as far as doing delves, I have fun every time I'm in them. They're easy. I'm in, I'm out. Kill some stuff, don't kill some stuff. If you're playing the hero talent you have fun with, my Warlock, blasted. My tanks, blasting. My AUG, don't do it as AUG. Dev, alright. It was good. Bran is getting some ups and downs. But overall, I think he does great once you get him leveled up. As you do him, you know. It feels pretty good. We'll have to see how 4s, 5, 6, 7, 8s and stuff feel. But leveling up, great. At 80, I can't really do them yet. I have to wait. I do kind of want to get an alt up with keys and just throw the keys away and do delves. It feels bad to do a key delve on a toon I may want to do raids with. So I'll have to be careful with some. Hero talents. Speaking of, so far I've done Demon Hunter, Felscard, Vengeance, Paladin, Templar, Prot, Warlock, Diabolus, and Evoker, Scale Commander with Dev. I did Diabolus with Demonology, of course. Felscard, alright. When you switch to Demon mode, you get the fancy spells. That actually feels nice to see them all pop up. And you do some great burst. You don't look different. You don't look different. They really need to work on the cosmetics of each spec. Hero talents are good, but they can be better if they look cool. Some of them need some work, of course, but it's about looking cool. I think a lot of them change everything play-wise plays decent to me. Alright? Plays good. Some of them play great. Some of them play... everything at least plays decent that I played. But some just look cooler. Diabolus looks amazing. Paladin, when I'm doing the smash, feels kind of good. I wish I could see the Raining Hammonds more. I don't really notice them. Scale Commander, it's hit or miss if you see them swooping in. Sometimes I feel like it's other players. But that kind of looks decent. It was just Felscard that I'm really disappointed in. We didn't get Earthen yet. They really dropped the ball with not telling us when we were going to get Earthen. Earthen should have been in. They should have been in. I don't know why they locked them behind. We do the quest. They should have locked them with that. When the factions came over, they should have been like, alright, dwarves, you can now recruit, bada boom. So we would have got that day one. Alright. Zones. Every zone in this expansion is amazing. Literally, in my opinion. They're all great. Raining Depths is actually one of my favorites. This is the part that kind of sucks, and you don't see it. Actually, it's not completely one of my favorite. I really hate this spot. And when you're flying down, you're like, I'm gonna go to Ashkahet. Ah, crap. That kind of sucked. Hollowfall, beautiful. This zone is my favorite. Hollowfall is my favorite. It's big, open, beautiful. There's a lot to it. Fishing along the coast felt good. Like, going along this coast, oh, to me, it's great. I've seen people loving Ashkahet. This is one of the oldest cities on Azeroth. I can't even see it. I'm blocking it. This is one of the oldest cities on Azeroth. And it's amazing. Also, real quick, the map that you can click these and now track them is phenomenal, by the way. I like that. Alright? I like what they're doing with the map now that I'm getting used to it. But yeah, this city is old. And it's cool. They really did a good job with Ashkahet. And I really... For a spider zone, I really appreciate it. And I really like it. And then this area. This is actually 2. Hollowfall 1. You know what? Ringing Dips is my bottom. They're all good. That's the problem. I thought I wasn't going to like Dwarf Island. But this with the city, right? If it was just Dwarf Island minus the city, I'd be like, it's cool. It's alright. But it'd be lower. But then you include this cool city. I'm going to have a video tour of this city. But this city is really good. And I don't... Maybe I just didn't... I thought I liked Thaldraszus, but there was like a color hue to Thaldraszus. It was always bright. And this city is bright. But because it's just stone and gray, it brings it back. You feel down to earth in this city. And I don't know, I just like that feeling for this city. I guess Dragonflight wanted to bring you up and the dwarves bring you back down to home. Alright, and it's just a good... It's a good duality, maybe, which is why I'm enjoying this so much. Alright, and I think this is peak capital design. There is a circle, by the way. Every peak capital has a solid circle, by the way. Oribos gets hate, but Oribos just took the base design and was like this. The circle works. It's just got to be a good circle, okay? It can't just be the circle. It's got to be a good circle, and this is a good circle. It's a little extra on the sides. More on that in tomorrow's video. But I love the capital. Now, there's 2 dungeons I haven't done, but let's talk about the dungeons. Priory, good. Good lore in the Priory. My lore rant is going to talk about the Priory. There's some juice in the Priory. Good zone, or good dungeon zone. As you progress, don't pull the mobs with the first boss. He hurt. If he has one near him or they're too close to him, because you're getting too frisky with the pulls, it's a bad day. Priory, great. Stone Vault, it's alright. One way round, come back around, other way round. I was rushing through these dungeons. I loved in Stone Vault people getting smashed by the thing. That was great. I got hit my first time, but I was a tank, so I was like, oh. Okay. That hurt. Rookery, which is basically fly over there. Pretty solid. It's alright. Not, fly over there. Alright. It's okay. I think there's too much trash in Rookery, and now that we're slow pulling, I think there's too much trash in Stone Vaults. Personally, I don't get too into dungeons, because when they get too much trash, I just zone out. I'm like, okay. But it looks good, and with follower dungeons from the get is great. I could do the last 2 dungeons just with myself and the NPCs and get a good feel for it. Arkara, the city where you go down, the leveling one, is really good. Spider, then you do the sneaky part. Oh, that one's not the one with the... Hold on. And then, hold on, who's the last boss? You do the big spider, then you do the one spider, and then that spider. Yeah, that one, and that guy. It's alright. I did it too much. It's alright. It ain't good. It ain't really good. I just think it too fast. I didn't do this one, and I didn't do the meadery. I need to. City of Threads, I've done on the beta, and I did it on live. It's alright. It's when you do the Suramar part, that really slows you down. So I'm not a fan of that. It does really slow you down, but all the dungeons look good. Bosses seem alright. I didn't see any mechanics. Dark Flame Clef. I really like the darkness. I like the vibes in this dungeon. The bosses seem pretty decent. I did this one followers. And yeah, overall, decent dungeons. All of them look good. Except for, I can't talk for these 2. I actually did go into this one on the beta. And it looked alright. But yeah, they look good. We'll have to see more of when we get real mechanic versions of them. How they play, honestly. But they look good. And I like the vibes, just some of them seem like too much trash. Leveling is great in this expansion. I like the speed. The adjustments to our characters, not a nerf to leveling. They didn't nerf the XP gain. It just may take a little longer. I didn't notice it, but I got Toon's level, so I think it's gonna be nothing. It just was silly to do, in my opinion. That whole leveling thing, but overall it's fine. If you're casual, it's good for a casual player. You can do the whole first zone and be like 76 and then work your way down. You can rush through and then get the adventure mode and do whatever. You can just bust through dungeons and get it done quick for those people. I think it's good for the casual and the hardcore in the speed that it is. Events. The theater feast, it's alright. I've done it a couple times now. It's alright. nothing to write home about. You do get a little lore. The feast is solid, so it's pretty solid, okay? But it's nothing new. If you keep doing feasts, they'll be all right. But we want feast too. And I think they fixed it. Now that there's like a little mob burst at the end, we actually got a epic. So it did seem to get an adjustment. Awakening the Machine kind of sucked. Awakening the Machine, just do 20 waves. If it's going to be the same 20 waves every week, week to week to week to week, that's going to get old. They need to do something with this. They need to fix this. You can get toolboxes and get powers, but they should just give you some. They need to work on this. This needs work. Spreading the Light, solid, good event. It's just quests. You turn on the lights, you get more quests. You do them all weekly. You spawn some rares, you light some flame. Do the week. It's good. Nice little questing event. You can do this one lower level. It's really good. As far as choosing stuff in Ashkahet and doing the different spider dudes, there has been an exploit going on. And I think it involves multiple accounts. But basically, how the rep works is your rep is a total of your reps with this other spiders. Alright, so when I get Vizier rep up, I get a renown. If I get all these rep up, I get 3 renown. Okay? So that's how that rep works. I think it's a cool system. You know, we got the rebellion going on down there. So the whole vibe down in the city. I hadn't really used rumors. But Ashcat questing stuff is pretty cool. Had a good time there. World quests and then these special missions. Oh, I have them all completed here. The special missions are cool. Usually they're simple. There's some harder ones. This one was actually harder than the other 2 that I've done. But they're pretty easy. The spider one was super easy. You just do a bombing run. So you do some world quests, do a little thing. They basically took the one Legion mechanic, when the Legion Assault, and took a world quest off that you got to do, and then, yeah, gave you a little bitty world quest at the end. I like how they nerfed world quests. They made world quests a hassle in the last 2 expansions. They pulled that back to a more Legion feel. It does feel like we are going back to some Legion stuff, and I really like Legion, but I also really like Dragonflight. And if this is like merging the 2, this is gonna be one of my top expansions for sure. Oh, and Snuffling, the little treasure stuff. It's good. It's all right. I like finding treasures. I need to do more of it. I want to do more of it, so I'll be checking that out. And then as far as professions, they're still as convoluted as Dragonflights were. So if those were too much for you, then I wouldn't worry about these. I would just look up what embellishment is best for you and then learn how to put in a work order. That's the main thing. But as far as, like, they did do a better job at making these more approachable than in Dragonflight. But I do think we still need some work. I've been figuring out alchemy. Engineering had some cool stuff to it where you could use older stuff and level up that way. But there's still a lot to it and a lot to learn. And I don't know what they can do to fix it, honestly. I just know it's very complex, and I think for a layman, for lack of a better term, or a more casual-minded player, for crafting, it's just going to be hard to get into. But definitely better than Dragonflight. Alright? And that's kind of it. That's everything on my list. Overall, I've been enjoying this expansion. I really can't say anything bad. I think I'm in for a good time this expansion. I can't wait to use delves to start getting me tier sets. You know, in 2 weeks, we're going to be getting tier set from delves. Will we get a charge? I guess we'll have to wait for the catalyst charges for the delves. Oh, not from the vault. Imagine doing delves, going to your vault on a Wednesday, and getting some nice tier set. That's gonna be sweet. I'm so excited. I'm actually really excited. I'm even thinking about getting some tunes to do PvP. That's how much I just want to play WoW. We'll see if it actually happens at a later point. You know, but look at the VOD. Like, I got lucky enough to get this mount. I'm having a good time this expansion. I cannot complain. Take my opinion as you will. Call me a shill for loving it this much, but I'm loving this expansion. It's already up there in my top. It has to be. It has to be. It's that good. Anyways, thank y'all for listening. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.